Russ Magadan cleans up around his rental home. He moved here 3 months ago after being forced to leave the home he owned for 6 years.
Nobody likes to move, but when it's forced upon you, it tastes even a little bit more bitter.
Russ is one of millions of Americans who are trying to pick up the pieces after losing their homes.
216.
Last year, after getting himself into financial trouble, Russ tried desperately to negotiate with the bank, but could not come up with the $36,000 the bank demanded, and so the bank foreclosed.
So I begged and I begged him for a new mortgage, refinance, every possible workable scenario that would benefit them to go down that. They didn't want to hear that. What they wanted was cash. Just give us the cash.
Several months later, a for sale sign sits in the front yard of his old home in Virginia. The bank, which would not comment on Magadan's case, is selling the property for $350,000 at a loss. Russ says the bank could have saved some money by helping him with a more affordable loan.
I could have worked with them, and the mortgage would have been around $450,000, and they wouldn't have lost $100,000 on the home.
Miles Rappaport, who heads a progressive public policy advocacy organization, says as more people are forced from their homes, hundreds of billions of dollars should be spent to help stem foreclosures.
I think helping people to stay in their homes while their employment situation and their income situations for many people will deteriorate further is an essential part of keeping the economy from really dropping down.
Now Russ has 2 jobs and 3 roommates. For the first time since 2005, he's not piling up debt, and he's seeing money in his bank account.
The only thing that's realistic that I can do is just to keep plugging away, make my money, try to rebuild, reestablish my credit. I mean, my whole financial life has been wiped out.
Russ says with more people in danger of foreclosure in 2009, everyone will need to make sacrifices.
I think it needs to be a joint effort from everybody involved, from the family working on paying the mortgage all the way up to the highest parts in government, to include the banks, the private sector. Everybody needs to be pulling in the same direction.
Like Russ and many other Americans who have lost their homes to foreclosure, it's about starting all over again. Russ says he's hopeful, though, that someday he will be able to buy another property of his very own. Chris Simkins, VOA News, Fairfax, Virginia.